All right, what's going on, man? Let's make some quick adjustments. Get the likes up, man. We're gonna talk about this situation right here. I appreciate everybody for tapping in, man. On the early. Hold on, man. This right here is like one of my original setups. Uh Shout out to Big E for getting in that gym. You be an example to the rest of the brothers out there, for getting in that gym, man. So let's go. One of my original setups. All right, everything sounding cool to me. What's up with you all this morning? Let's get to the confrontation. Well, the conversation that led to a confrontation out there in Houston, Texas. So what's up with everybody, man? We here. We here. Yeah, man. I gotta get back on my routine as well, right? You know, gotta get back in shape, man. Gotta lose some weight. At least like 15 pounds, man. So yeah, I want to drop 15 pounds myself. So yeah, tap in with your boy, man. What's going on? Nothing much, man. Just grinding. Just grinding early in the morning, man. Slept late, man. Went to sleep late. I wanted to get up like 7 and do this, but it was impossible, man. I was out of it. I was out of it, man. But we here now, man. So we're gonna get into the conversation, man, about this illegal immigrant from Mexico was shot down by ICE, and they're trying to figure out if it was justified or not. So hold up real quick. Your beard still crispy. Hey man, you talking about the beard, man. I want to say this before we get started, man. We're gonna get started like around the 5 minute mark. Man, check this out. I was watching one of Angry Man's lives. I gotta get another. This camera right here keeps going in and out of focus, but we'll get it together. I was watching Angry Man's live stream, right? And within that live stream, somebody came up and said something about his beard, right? And he went from talking about, I don't know what he was talking about, right? But somebody said that his beard, something about his beard, and he went on an hour tangent about you guys are not men. You shouldn't be concerned about my looks. I come from a generation of men. You guys today think like women. And check this. Everybody thinks that their generation is just so much better than the next. So he bragged about how Gen Xers were men. They worked with their hands and da 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 da. Now it's one thing to make a comment. It's one thing to say something about somebody in the comments who's talking about you. He called this dude sensitive and emotional. I'm like, well, bro, you the one up here crying about what somebody said about your beard. He derailed the whole show and he went on and on about what this dude was saying about his beard. You're not men. You're feminine. You're sensitive. You ain't got no business concerned with my looks. That's what's wrong with you dudes today. You know what I'm saying? Real men ain't pretty. And dude was just saying, damn, bro, why don't you groom your beard? Then he went on to say that a beard ain't supposed to be pretty and all this. Listen, man, groom your beard. Look at my beard, right? And I know you guys are used to seeing me with a clean face. Listen, there's nothing wrong with grooming your beard. You don't have to look like a lumberjack to be considered masculine. You don't have to look like a lumberjack to be considered a masculine man. So the whole time while Angry Man was calling this dude sensitive, he cried for a whole hour. Instead of him holding the conversation about the topic, he went on and on about this one particular dude in the comments who said something about his beard. I'm like, are you that sensitive to where you're going to just Forget about the topic and talk about the dude who said something about your beard. I mean, this dude was crying for a long time. He went on and on and on and say how he's a man. He started talking about how much money he makes. He started talking about why men of today are too worried about his looks. And it's like, bro, it's one thing for you to address somebody in the comments, but when you stop the show to complain about this individual who said something about you grooming your beard, it proves how emotional and sensitive you are. So the whole time you're trying to tell him, men of your generation were masculine. Well, if you were so masculine, you wouldn't be crying and complaining about somebody in the comments who mentioned something about your beard. You would have went on about the show and just forgot about that. So it's like, damn, bro. You're not setting a good example of masculinity. That's not a great example of masculinity, to sit up there and cry about what somebody in the comment section said. Like I said, it's one thing to address it, but when you take 1 hour out of the show to cry about that, that's crazy. That's crazy for you to sit up there and cry about that. Men of your generation were so masculine, dudes are feminine. You'll never get a submissive wife. Da 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 da. I'm thinking to myself, like, how could these people sit up there and listen to him cry about what somebody said in the comment section? Then he goes on to say, "Yeah, moderators, block this fool. Yeah, you're not gonna disrespect me. Moderators, block this fool. I'm sick of you dudes talking about my looks. You're not men. You're not masculine. I work with my hands. I'm not supposed to look pretty. The only person supposed to be worried about my beard is my wife. Is my wife." I mean, he went on and on and on about what this dude said about his beard. I'm like, bro, can you please get back to the topic? Can you please get back to the topic? Golly, it's like, what the hell? And all the dude said was, "Damn, bro, your beard looks like needs to be groomed." Now, it's one thing for you to say, "Hey, man, quit being worried about my beard," and then move on with the show. He couldn't do that. He took a whole hour away from the show to cry about what this individual said about his beard, and then had the nerves to claim that the guy in the comments was sensitive, but he was the one crying. "Well, yeah, I'm gonna block you fools. You're not gonna come up here and disrespect me. You ain't got no business worried about my looks anyway." Then you take the cigar. "I'm sick of you fools. I'm gonna start blocking y'all. Yeah." Oh man, "I'm sick of you dudes worried about my beard. Moderators, I need y'all to block this fool." Instead of him going back to the show, he cried for damn near an hour, telling people how they're not masculine, telling people how he worked with his hands. This new generation is feminine. His generation is masculine. He's manly because he got a submissive wife and he got money and he drive around in muscle cars. Oh man. Anyway, man, let's get into the topic, man. I don't want to be like Angry Man and take a whole hour out of the show to, I don't want to do that, man. "I'm sick of y'all talking about my beard. I don't need to grow my beard. This is my beard. The only person that got the business to be worried about my beard is my wife. It's only my wife." "I'm sick of y'all talking about my looks. I'm sick of you fools talking about my beard. Moderators, block this fool. Moderators, block this fool." Moderators, block this fool. Anyway, man, let's get into the title, man. I don't want to waste too much time like Angry Man. Hold on, man. Let's get man, moderators, block this fool. I mean, this dude cried all damn day about what this dude said about his beard. I'm like, so now he made the whole show about that. Anyway, let's move on.
Into the fatal shooting of Lorenzo Salgado Arrojo by ICE agencies during a traffic stop in Houston on Tuesday. The Department of Homeland Security says Salgado weaponized his vehicle and tried to run over an agent who fired in self-defense. Where have we heard that before?
Yeah, and it's always been a lie before. I mean, when they gunned down Renee Good through her side window, they claimed that she weaponized. It was a total lie, but that total lie spread by ICE agents, that total lie was spread by Kristi Noem, that total lie was spread by right-wing media people. That lie about the shooting down, the gunning down of Renee Good through the side window, spread by the entire MAGA ecosystem, and it was disgusting. Proved to be a lie. It proved to be a lie because they had video.
And those ICE agents, one of them at least, out on the job. So, again, just like before, surveillance video.
These people are being gunned down in the streets of America. Let me say that again. Like Sam said, I don't think we've grown numb to this. I think people in the White House have grown numb to this. You're gunning down people in the streets of America. Gunning down people in the streets of America. This is not going well.
No, it traumatizes and terrorizes communities.
And politically, it's horrible for you, and yet you just continue. And as we have said here from the very beginning, you will never get the numbers that you want to get. That this is politically not sustainable when you just go out and you put these random numbers out there telling ICE agents you have to go out and you got to get these numbers or else you're going to get in trouble. You won't be able to keep your job. That's not sustainable because you will never reach those numbers. You need to go to a plan B or a plan C because this ends in tragedy every time.
Well, and they're ultimately here, like in these other cases in Minneapolis, it ultimately was surveillance video obtained by local station KHOU, raising questions about the ICE account of what happened. The footage shows agents in an unmarked SUV attempting to box in Salgado's van before he makes a U-turn and drives away. The SUV then makes a three-point turn and drives forward.
So they shot him, right? Just like you remember when I did the story. Remember when I did the story about this chick in Ohio? She was stealing liquor and she was pregnant. And when she came out of the store, the police surrounded her vehicle and they told her to get out the car, get out the car. She didn't want to get out the car. So she hit the gas, right? And they pow, pow, pow. They shot her, right? Same thing they did to the white chick named Renee. You know, the same thing that happened to that 1-year-old in Zenatobia, Mississippi. So I tell you people all the time, when the police draw down on you and they tell you to get out of the car and they're on foot and they're surrounding your vehicle and you try to drive through them, they're going to shoot you. Plain and simple. We just seen the Mexican get shot for doing that. We just seen the white woman Renee get shot for doing that. We seen the pregnant chick in Ohio get shot for doing that. We seen the 1-year-old in Mississippi that lost their life. It's crazy.
To follow the van. The shooting itself is not captured, but separate video reportedly shows no visible damage to the ICE vehicle, contradicting claims it was rammed. There is also no body cam footage of the incident. The family is demanding all evidence be released and for an independent investigation to take place. They also say the three men who witnessed the shooting, including the victim's brother, are being pressured to sign, get this,
this just sounds like a massive cover-up once again, because this is what ICE does.
Federal investigators.
This is what ICE does. They lie. They continued lying after they gunned down Renee Good through the side window. They continued lying about Alex Preddy, but the video was there, and it will come out here too. The lies will undo them, and they are gunning down people. And by the way, making U-turns for ICE in this case and in Renee Good's case, is that grounds for killing somebody, for gunning down somebody? Because this guy that you killed, he wasn't even who you were after. Just all the shooting into cars.
So
it's remarkable.
Similar to Minneapolis, the evidence.
There you go, right there, man. He was a father, and like I say, man, I don't celebrate nobody's death. This dude was a family man. He had children, and it was a damn shame what happened to the Mexican cat right here. All I'm saying is this, bro. You got to be very careful, because some of these cops are assholes. There's no doubt about that. Some of these ICE agents are trigger happy, right? So don't give them an excuse. That's what I would say. But at the same time, it's like, dude, how you been here 30 years and you ain't got no papers? So you've been going to work every day for 30 years. You didn't have several children, and you still don't have papers. And then they kept saying he was on the path to citizenship. He was on the path to citizenship. Well, that's hard to believe when you've been here for 30 plus years and still you have no papers. But you want to convince us that he was this close to getting citizenship. I don't believe that. Sounds good for the cameras.
The investigation, even reportedly the body, potential witnesses, all being swept away. I mean, if they're trying to deport witnesses after immediately saying that this man was trying to ram them with his car, that's fitting a pathetic profile of attempting to say what happened before anyone has any idea what happened. And in a situation where someone is shot in the street, the rush to judgment is the first sign that something is completely wrong.
Well, and Willie, we saw this again, time and time again. We saw it up in Minneapolis. We saw it with Renee Good. We saw it with Alex Preddy. They lied through their teeth time and time again. We don't know the facts on the ground yet because they don't want us to know the facts on the ground. They don't want us.
Did you guys say the same thing about Baby Cohen? Did you say the same thing about Baby Cohen when they shot into the vehicle knowing that there was an infant in there, a 1-year-old child? I mean, did you guys go hard for, our people in Mississippi, the young lady that lost her baby? Did you guys show the same love and compassion for her? I mean, because you're showing a whole lot of love and compassion for this immigrant. Where's the love and compassion for Baby Cohen? Where's the love and compassion for Baby Cohen? Hopefully you had that same energy.
To hear what the witnesses have to say, they don't. They reportedly taken them into custody and are trying to self-deport them. And so again, if Americans assume from past actions that they're lying through their teeth, well, they if past is prologue, they're probably right.
Joe, I was reading the statements from a few months ago in the shootings and the deaths of both Renee Good and Alex Preddy. You basically can cut and paste what the Department of Homeland Security said about those shootings with what they're saying here, which is that this man, Mr. Rojo, quote, weaponized his vehicle. They haven't called him a domestic terrorist yet, as they did with Alex Preddy. And of course, everything that Kristi Noem, who's now gone, but everything that ICE said in those moments turned out to be.
Did you guys have the same love and compassion for Trayvon Martin when George Zimmerman unalived him? Because allegedly Trayvon put his hands on him, so they justified Zimmerman gunning him down. He walked Trayvon down after he was told to stop stalking him, after he was told to stop following him. Did you guys have the same love and compassion for 17-year-old Trayvon?
False, because we had video, because we had eyewitness accounts, but their reflex is to lie about it. And Gene Robinson, they've lost all credibility. The minute you hear this explanation from ICE, you can't believe it because of our experience in the last year or so. We should also point out there were no body cams. That was part of one of the changes that was supposed to come about after the shooting deaths of Alex Preddy and Renee Good. Where were the body cams? They didn't have any in this incident. Mr. Araujo had lived in the United States for 35 years, going to a job in construction, has 3 kids. And also, we should point out, they shot and were pursuing the wrong people. They thought they had surveilled a white van with someone that looked like someone they were going through. What does that mean? That they were Latino, maybe? I don't know, but we need some answers on this because they were looking for someone who was not in the van that they pulled over. And because they got it wrong, there was a confrontation. And now Mr. Araujo is dead because of it.
Yeah, they pulled over a guy who looked Latino. They were racial profiling, which, of course, they're not supposed to do, except that's kind of...
Why would black people be concerned about what somebody being, why would we be concerned about immigrants crying about being racial profiled, right? Who's been racially profiled like us? You can't name another group in this country or another race that's been racially profiled like foundational Black Americans. I mean, we just don't want to hear that. Cry me a river. It's been happening to us for centuries in this country. Now, I'm not saying that it's cool that this dude lost his life, but don't talk to foundational Black Americans about being racially profiled because we're used to it.
Okay to do now, thanks to the Supreme Court, once again. So, look, this is exactly what ICE has done before. It's infuriating to see people gunned down in our streets in this way. I just hope that soon, like in 5 minutes, there has to be some federal judge who's going to order that witnesses and evidence be preserved, at least kept in the United States.
All right. Now, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go to the next clip.
Until this is properly investigated, let alone adjudicated, because you cannot believe a single word ICE says. Just not a single word, including A and the. It's completely, they just lie. They lie. And do we accept this? As Sam Stein said, it's just another Friday, right? We accept stormtroopers, seizing, and not just seizing, but killing people in the streets of one of our major cities for no reason, the wrong person. It's incomprehensible that this takes place in the United States of America that just celebrated 250 years of freedom, but seems to really want to go back on that now.
Where are all these hedge fund guys in their Maseratis?
All right, now let's go. Check this out right here. Check this out.
Good evening. I'm Len Cannon.
And I'm Mia Gradney. 72 hours since we first reported on this story. We're walking you through the very latest developments.
For the very first time, we're getting firsthand accounts from the men detained by ICE after witnessing the shooting. They were in the van on Canal Street.
Mayor John Whitmire and Police Chief Noe Diaz calling for an investigation after facing criticism for their initial response. We'll hear more from them.
And we're seeing new surveillance video tonight. Our first clear look.
You got a Mexican saying whatever. So we're going to boot this fool out of here. He said, no mayates in East LA. Get rid of this fool, man. We're not going to cry about it for an hour like Angry Man because he said something disrespectful. We're going to boot him and move forward. Right?
Look at ICE agents on foot during the chase that led to Lorenzo Salgado's death. We have live team coverage for you as always, asking questions, pushing for the truth.
We start with Orko Manna once again live in the East End for us tonight. Orko.
Well, Mia, several people are out here right now at the memorial for Lorenzo Salgado, which only continues to grow. And so is the frustration from local leaders about what exactly led up to his death.
I'm not prepared to say today that it's all lies, but it sure is looking that way.
Congresswoman Sylvia Garcia says there are inconsistencies with DHS's account of Tuesday's deadly ICE shooting that claimed the life of Lorenzo Salgado. Garcia spoke to ICE's acting director yesterday, who told her Salgado was not the intended target.
Did he mention anything about who agents were specifically looking for?
They said a individual that had a final order of removal, and that they thought that that individual was one of the passengers. He refused to tell me which one of the two passengers.
During the pursuit early Tuesday, DHS claimed Salgado weaponized his vehicle and tried to run over ICE agents and ram their vehicles, but there's still no evidence to substantiate that account.
There appears to be no damage whatsoever to the van.
Garcia meeting with Salgado's family today at the Growing Memorial in his honor.
Now, you guys see this. Do you guys agree that immigrants should have rights in this country? Should illegal immigrants have rights in this country? Because we know if you go to Mexico, you're not going to have no damn rights over there. So why should immigrants have rights over here? I don't know, man. Give me y'all thoughts in the comments.
She says his loved ones deserve accountability from ICE.
But that's why we need a complete, thorough investigation and a
family today at the Growing Memorial in his honor. She says his loved ones deserve accountability from ICE.
But that's why we need a complete, thorough investigation and a fact-finding from top to bottom.
And while Harris County District Attorney Sean Tier says his office has not been invited to join DHS's investigation, they're conducting their own probe.
We will go to the ends of the earth to collect all the evidence.
DA's office investigators back on Canal Street today, as they have been every day since the shooting, using tools like drones and digital mapping.
Can you elaborate on anything that they've found at this point?
I'm not going to go into specifics about what we found. I can go into specifics about some of the things that we have done and are doing. We're pulling every surveillance footage that we can possibly get, not just from the scene of the shooting, but for blocks in every direction. We're looking at a lot of other ways to trace back where all three vehicles involved came from and where they were before.
Tier is also calling on the community to come forward with any video or information they may have about the shooting. He says even
where the video? No video. Where's the video? You know what I said? We don't need a video. We said he did it. Leave it at that. We're not releasing nothing. Just know that he tried to hit us. We opened fire. Case closed. That's exactly what I said. I said they're not going to show the damn video. They don't need to prove that he was out of line and they took actions in their own hand. They took matters in their own hand. There's no need to release the video. Just take their word for it.
Something that may seem irrelevant could prove pivotal in this investigation. Reporting live from the East End tonight, Orko Manna, KHOU 11 News.
And sometimes that's all it takes, just one small detail. Orko, thank you.
Today, we also heard from the attorney representing the men who were in the van when Salgado was shot and killed. Marcelino Benito live with that part of the story tonight. Marcelino?
Well, Len and Mia, this attorney is not mincing words tonight. He says his clients flatly told him that ICE is lying in this case. Now, those three men we've been talking about, they were all riding with Lorenzo Salgado on the day of the shooting. His brother was also in the van at the time. Now, they described a typical morning until unmarked vehicles started following them. The men told their attorney they were scared. But Balderas says his clients all made clear Lorenzo never tried to hit ICE vehicles or agents with the van. They added the officers started shooting at Lorenzo from the sides of the van.
All three of my clients reiterated that at no point was there ever an agent standing in front of the vehicle, nor was an agent ever placed in the line of danger. That is simply false. After speaking with these men, I have no doubt that what they're saying is the truth.
Balderas says he's concerned ICE will pressure these men to sign voluntary deportation forms. He tells us he's planning to meet with them again on Saturday to learn more. Of course, he believes their voices will be critical as this investigation continues to move forward. Back to you.
We'll take it from here. Marcelino Benito in the East End. Thank you. And tonight our team has uncovered yet another new piece of video.
This video shows ICE agents running on foot as the pursuit of Lorenzo Salgado's van came to an end. Investigative reporter Jeremy Rogowski continued to piece together what happened here. Jeremy.
Yeah, Len and Mia, this new footage certainly provides more perspective to the scene in the East End Tuesday morning. But
do we have rights in Mexico? This is the thing. Illegal immigrants from Mexico demand civil rights in America. We don't have civil rights in Mexico. Let's say you go to Mexico as a Black American and you wave an American flag around, right? You wave this American flag around. Do you really think you're going to have civil rights in Mexico?
video of the shooting itself, if any exists at all, still has yet to emerge. The video comes from a store on Canal Street and picks up the pursuit after Salgado's van makes a sharp left turn off of North Wayside Drive. You can see one of the unmarked ICE SUVs catching up to the van, while the second ICE vehicle comes through the store parking lot a few seconds behind.
See, let me show you guys something. This is my father. My father served time in the Army and the Navy. This right here is from my father. We're foundational Black Americans, and our people serve the country. So this right here is from my father who served in the Army and the Navy. We fought in every war in the country. We don't get civil rights in Mexico. We don't get civil rights as undocumented people in other countries. So this right here is for my pops, man. Rest in peace to my pops. Let's go.
To piece together what happened here, Jeremy.
Yeah, Len and Mia, this new footage certainly provides more perspective to the scene in the East End Tuesday morning, but video of the shooting itself, if any exists at all, still has yet to emerge. The video comes from a store on Canal Street and picks up the pursuit after Salgado's van makes a sharp left turn off of North Wayside Drive. You can see one of the unmarked ICE SUVs catching up to the van, while the second ICE vehicle comes through the store parking lot a few seconds behind. The pursuit proceeds eastbound on Canal, where the van and one of the ICE SUVs turn around. How do we know? This video appears to show the ICE vehicle trying to cut the van off. As the pursuit heads back westbound on Canal, the van returns to the store camera's view, where you can see several ICE agents running towards it. But the van's stopping point is just out of frame. And again, District Attorney Sean Tier today saying as investigators are trying to reconstruct the chain of events from Tuesday, using everything from drones to laser mapping of the scene. Tier imploring the public to come forward with any footage to help his office in that effort. Len and Mia.
Jeremy, thank you. In the last hour, protesters gathered on Houston's Montrose bridges over the Southwest Freeway. They are calling for justice in the wake of the shooting. Other rallies, vigils, and demonstrations are planned throughout the weekend across the region. That protest comes as Mayor John Whitmire and Police Chief Noe Diaz have come under fire for their initial response to Tuesday's shooting, basically saying they have no jurisdiction for an investigation. Critics say they haven't done enough. Today, the mayor called out the agents involved in the shooting, saying they were out of control. Soon after, critics weighed in again, saying his sentiments were too little, too late. Aniela Ruiz joins us live with more tonight. Aniela?
Well, local civil rights organization Fiel says the city needs to do more. They say calling out the feds and saying that they need to have a thorough and independent investigation is just not enough. Now, in a statement, Fiel said the city needs to pull out all of the stops and investigate the death of one of their own residents. But the problem, the mayor says the feds are not sharing key evidence, like the vehicles and the body. When asked why they changed their stance from not investigating to now being proactive and pursuing an investigation, they said the evidence has changed, and the next week, the chief will be having a meeting with the FBI here in Houston.
He's asked the chief of the FBI, Houston Bureau, to start sharing information, which we will certainly forward to the district attorney's office. We've reached out to the Texas Rangers, the DPS, and I welcome any other suggestion.
The mayor says the city plans to release the 911 calls when they are appropriate. The mayor also says he hopes to share information from the meeting with the FBI after this occurs next week. Reporting live, Aniela Ruiz, KHOU 11 News.
So there you go. Now I want you guys to listen to this. Hit the like button. Now, here we go. Now, my thing is this. You're demanding justice in Houston while waving Mexican flags. Make it make sense. I got to say this to you Mexicans. For one, you're saying no justice, no peace, power to the people. That's from, listen, you guys got that from FBA. We're the first people to march and to demand justice in this country. That's our intellectual property. Power to the people. That comes from foundational Black Americans. But what's crazy about Mexicans is you're demanding justice here in the United States while waving Mexican flags, claiming to be proud of a country that you ran away from, claiming to be proud of a country that you don't want to live in. So you tell America, the United States of America, hey man, we demand justice, but I'm gonna wave this Mexican flag in your face at the same time. What sense does that make? You got a foreign flag and you wave it in everybody's face. You don't want to live in that country. You come over here because you don't want to live there, but you wave these flags in our face every chance you get. Make it make sense.
Getting my workout in.
Ice out of Texas. Now look at these Mexican flags. If you're so proud of Mexico, why not live there, man? America has treated you way better than you've been treated in Mexico. Your parents fled Mexico because of the poverty and the mistreatment. America gives you way more freedoms and opportunities, but you come to America and wave a Mexican flag, a place that you ran away from. I mean, it doesn't make sense. It looks foolish. I want justice in America, but I'm gonna wave this Mexican flag.
Getting my workout in.
Power to the people. No one is illegal. So this is what Mexicans are saying. The borders should be wide open for anybody to come. America, the United States of America, would literally turn into Mexico if we had no immigration policies. They would overpopulate this country easily. So they're chanting power to the people. You're not to the people. Power to the people was foundational Black Americans. So what did I tell you guys before? I said they're fighting to legalize border hopping. They're fighting to legalize border hopping. They're telling us that anybody should be able to cross the border whenever they feel like it. Power to the people. No one is illegal. Well, say that shit in Mexico. Mexico is deporting everybody, even their fellow brother Latinos. They're deporting people from Guatemala and Mexico. They're deporting people from El Salvador and Mexico. They're deporting people from Venezuela, Colombia. So it's mighty funny that Mexicans want our borders to be open so that they can come over here by the millions to overpopulate. But listen, in Mexico, they're deporting everybody. You don't see other people saying how racist Mexico is for deporting people who's there undocumented. So Mexico has the right to deport anybody who comes there. But Mexicans here in the United States said, power to the people. No one is illegal. In other words, open the border and just let us come at will. There should be no laws about immigration in this country, according to the Mexicans.
Getting my workout in.
Ice out of Houston, ice out of Houston. Power to the people. No one is illegal. Power to the people. No one is illegal. Ice out of Houston, ice out of Houston. There's nothing to fear. Immigrants are welcome here. There's nothing to fear. Immigrants are welcome here. There's nothing to fear. Immigrants are welcome here. Power to the people. No one is illegal. Power to the people. No one is illegal. There's nothing to fear. Immigrants are welcome here. There's nothing to fear. Immigrants are welcome here. See, my pops was a foundational Black American from Birmingham, Alabama. My parents are from Birmingham, Alabama. My father served in the Army and the Navy. He served his country. Plus, we are the foundation of this country. We did the labor to build this country. So, if anybody has rights, if anybody deserves justice, it's foundational Black Americans. We didn't come over here illegally to start marching, protesting while demanding justice. You know, foundational Black Americans were hard workers. Do you know my father grew up in the 1950s in Birmingham, Alabama? So you think about Birmingham, Alabama in the 1950s. My father went to the military, the Army, the Navy. He served his country. You talk about a man that was a hard worker. You talk about a man who worked hard to get his family out of Alabama and raised us in California. So power to the people. We talking about FBA stand up. You can't come over here illegally, then turn around to demand justice. This man right here served this country. He served his country and took his family out of poverty. Not only did he move to California, he brought the rest of his family members, not all of them, but he brought a lot of his family members from Alabama to California. My pops is the definition of a hard worker, a foundational Black American. Stand up and power to the people. So when we say power to the people, it's for foundational Black Americans and no one else. How disrespectful is it to walk around waving Mexican flags while demanding justice here in the United States of America? You talk about something being downright disrespectful, downright despicable. I'm going to wave this Mexican flag in your face while demanding justice here in the United States. Now look at these Mexican flags. If you're so proud of Mexico, why not just live there, man? Seriously, why not just live there? You complain about injustice in America when America has treated you way better than Mexico. We treated you way better than Mexico. But you come over here waving that Mexican flag, the same country that your people fled from. See, there's some blacks out there, and people said, nah, you can't tell me there ain't no blacks out there. I've seen blacks out there marching with the Mexicans. Now, some people go say, no, red, them are tethers. No, man, them are tethers. Then they showing you the Ku Klux Klan, the Confederate flag, the police hat, and the MAGA hat is all the same thing. In other words, they're saying it's all linked to white supremacy. The MAGA hat is linked to white supremacy. Well, I got news for you. Mexicans fought to be legally white. In the state of Texas, excuse me, in the state of Texas, the LULAC organization, who were Mexicans, fought to be legally white. They said Latinos and Mexicans belong to the Caucasian race. So how could you then now turn around and say that MAGA, all this is white supremacy, when you fought to be embraced by white supremacy, when you fought to be embraced by the dominant society? I'm just giving you historical facts. King Supreme ain't making nothing up. I'm gonna drop the link, man. Give me another 15 minutes. I'm gonna drop the link. I want to pull my people up to speak. So be prepared to hit the link when I drop it.
Houston!
and you're right, Biggie. Most of these Mexicans and Latinos voted for Donald Trump. You remember this? I will vote for Donald Trump. 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 Whatever happened to that? You wanted Trump in office. You didn't want the black woman in. I will vote for Donald Trump.
ICE out of Houston! 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 ICE out of Houston!
All right, now look, we're going to go back to this rally. I'm going to drop this and we're going to get back to the commentary. Check this out.
The Isaiah Factor Uncensored starts now.
And a job creator for dozens of men who also wanted the American dream.
Welcome and thank you for joining us tonight. Lorenzo Salgado Aroja's son speaking out today. A Houston community is demanding answers after Arojo was shot and killed by an ICE agent in the East End at a protest this evening. Local leaders joined Arojo's family. ICE claims they fired in self-defense after he tried to run over an agent, but his family rejects the narrative, saying he had no criminal record and was just terrified by unmarked police vehicles as he was headed to work. This case has sparked a lot of conversation today, and we want to hear from you. Text us at 713-581-9914. Today, I spoke with LULAC's Chief Executive Officer, Juan Proyan, about the developing situation.
In Texas, there is no support for an independent investigation. So we are going to press publicly that this happens. We launched a petition. We have over 50,000 people, Isaiah, that have signed this petition in the last 12 hours.
Wow, incredible. And when you talk about Mr. Arojo's family, have you had a chance to meet with them while you were in Houston? And what are they saying? Obviously, they're devastated. They've lost their provider in the family. They said he was simply going to work, picking up some of his employees, and now he's gone.
Yes, that's right. So I had the opportunity to spend all day with Ronaldo Salgado and Lorenzo Jr. These are, very mature, very accomplished individuals. Lorenzo raised 3 sons. He's sent them through college. They are in a career track. He is a small business owner with no criminal record, no warrants for his arrest at all whatsoever. He was picking up his employees for the day to go work on a construction site in New Caney. And he's been in this country for over 35 years, Isaiah. 35 years with 3 U.S.-born citizen children. And so if this is what this administration is saying, that they're going after hardened criminals, it is not true. It is not true. And what we have seen is an overreach, excessive enforcement, and yet another murder on the hands of DHS and ICE.
When you hear individuals here in this country, they take and examine what you've just said about Mr. Araujo and his accomplishments, being a tax-paying citizen, not legal, but tax-paying here in this country, carrying his weight, and that still doesn't matter to those individuals out there. And they simply say, well, he shouldn't have been here. He's illegal. What do you say to people like that who see life as in black and white? Either you're right or you're wrong.
He was on the pathway to citizenship, Isaiah. He was months away. Months away. He had a lawyer. They had been working on this for years. But you're right. It's very sad. What happened yesterday was...
Shout out to Daniel Valencia for the Cash App. Shout out to Tiffany for the Cash App. Right? Shout out to Trenton for the Cash App. We got 3 supporters, well, maybe 4 supporters. Bless the Cash App and show some love to the show. You already know it's King Supreme. You already know what to do, baby.
Multifold. Number one, ICE agents were canvassing in a predominantly Latino community, 97% Latino community. Okay, number one. He was racially profiled. Okay, they were looking for dark-skinned, brown-skinned Latino men. There was no warrant out for his arrest. He wasn't speeding, right? This is a construction zone. The asphalt was being lifted. There were cones in the street that were limiting the flow of traffic. And he was targeted because he was Hispanic and his civil rights were violated. And it's very sad because, you know, he may have been undocumented, but he was on a pathway to citizenship and his civil rights and his due process were violated.
And Juan, when you see this happening in America in 2026, do you have to kind of think about it? Is this the America that I have grown up in and that I know and love? What is going on here when you have individuals targeted on the streets and then killed, you know, and then they're telling the public, that being the federal agency, that he weaponized his vehicle trying to come after them, and so they feared for their life and they shot and killed him. But taking a look at the America we're in 2026, do you recognize it?
It's hard to recognize. You know, it's hard to have celebrated the 250th anniversary in a democracy that we know is imperfect, right? Mm-hmm. But now, you know, immigrants are facing an attack unlike we've ever seen in more than 100 years. They're talking about deporting upwards of 10 million immigrants. What would that do to our country? What would that do to our economy? What would that do to our labor markets? This is a small business owner. He had a business for over 20 years, employed hundreds of people. He had several contracts to build multiple homes, which are in dire needs in the Houston area, and his life was taken.
When you have this, and so what's the next move for LULAC? What are you guys planning on doing?
We're going to continue to advocate for the family here. We want an independent investigation.
That's what I said about the Latino community in this country. Their population is not organic. They came over here illegally and had anchor babies to boost their population in this country. So the Latino population is not organic. They abused something that was never meant for them. They took full advantage of the 14th Amendment when the 14th Amendment was not created for illegal immigrants to come over here illegally for the sole purpose of dumping anchor babies. That's how the Mexican and Latino population grew and got so big. They crossed the border illegally by the millions to dump anchor babies. So no, their population is not organic. They broke the law to come here, had the baby illegally, had the baby in this country, and then used birthright citizenship. Never mind the fact that they came illegally. Well, I had my baby in this country. Never mind the fact that I'm here illegal. My child is a citizen because I gave birth on American soil, the United States of America. That's how their population got so big. Illegal immigration and anchor babies. That's what grew their population in this country.
We've met with the Attorney General. We will continue to advocate for the family, and we will continue to support. You know, the Lorenzo Salgado was the sole breadwinner for his family, his wife of over 40 years.
Let's get 5 more people to support the show. Let's get at least, I want more, but let's get at least 5 people to support the platform. Super Chat, Cash App, let's do it. I'm going to drop the link and bring some people up.
Has no one to provide for her, and she lost her best friend. The family's in shock, and we still don't have a body. We still don't have a body. ICE took away all of his documentation, put him in an ambulance, and the hospital had to receive him as a John Doe.
As a John Doe.
Conversation tonight with our guests to break down federal policies and when deadly.
5 minutes, man. So if you want to hit the link, shout out to my dog, Big E. I'm going to bring Big E up. We got 5 more minutes. We got 5 more minutes left of this video. Then I'm going to bring my people up to speak. Support the show. Get the likes up. Share the content. It's your play upon the King Supreme.
Force is justified. Joining us now, pastor and president of Houston's NAACP, Bishop James Dixon, and immigration attorney Kim Bruno. Kim, when you take a look at this case, your thoughts about it?
It's pretty tricky right now to come up with an idea of what exactly happened, because no one's ever going to know whether he believed it was an unmarked vehicle or not. You know, you look at the video and you see kind of the van going over a curb even, so you do see that he was evading something. Whether it was somebody suspicious or not, we're not going to know, because only he knows, and unfortunately he's not here to tell his story. Him being afraid, you know, people do things that they probably, you know, should or should not have done when you are afraid, but we do know that his death is not, does not justify what the circumstances were. We don't know. We know he didn't have any weapons on him. We know that he was an innocent man, doesn't have any issues here in the United States, has built very strong ties within our community. Like, these are people that we fight for, right? These aren't people that we want out. These are people who provide jobs for others. These are people who sustain our communities and have, you know, even brought up upstanding citizen children. So we're never going to know what exactly happened, what was going through his mind. But just looking at the videos, I mean, it's devastating. It shouldn't have happened, and we just need more answers.
Absolutely. And we know, Bishop Dixon, that Mr. Araujo is 52. He lived in a time here in Houston where many immigrants were being robbed, you know, of their cash, because people thought they had cash. That could be a possibility. He was afraid. You don't know who this person is, if they're in an unmarked vehicle. And of course, we had Doug Griffith from the HPOU, Houston Police Officers Union. He said he has a concern if there are no lights or anything when you're pulling people over.
Isaiah, anyone can chase someone in an unmarked vehicle, and think about how easy it is to imitate that, right? Anyone can imitate that, because all you have to have is an unmarked vehicle, no badge, nothing to identify yourself with. And Mr. Araujo understood that he could have been pulled over. His family explained, in fact, his son explained intricately today, that they've gone through what you would do if you were pulled over by police. But that's if you knew it was the police. He was not threatening, he was not violent, no gun, no weapon, and the man's afraid. He was afraid, often his son said, that someone was going to pull him over and rob him of his tools, because that's what he used to do his business with. This is unnecessary, it's not American, it's not constitutional, and it should be unconscionable that we have unidentified law enforcement pulling people over, chasing them down in the middle of the street in the neighborhood. That is unjustifiable. An asset to his family, an asset to our community, has been murdered. It's lynching. 6,500 of those took place legally. I want to remind people that legally, from 1868 to 1968, 6,500 murders by people legally happened to African Americans. We're going back to that kind of unfortunate time with this kind of murder.
And in the last 2 years of the Trump administration, at least 9+ Mr. Araujo, now 10 killed by ICE, including 54 who have died behind while being in detention.
Yes.
So the question is, can we get an honest answer if the feds are investigating the feds here? Do we need to have an independent agency come in and take a role in this?
That's a really, really good question. I don't think that, I think that's a hard question to answer. That's almost impossible for me to be able to answer that. I just know that this isn't a matter of, in my opinion, this is a matter of human life. It's not a matter of exactly politics. I think that people, when we are in the peripheral or in the scope of law enforcement at this point in time, the way that things are unfolding are so disturbing that we have to stop and we have to just comply. And there are ways for due process. There are ways we can get you out. And as a matter of fact, we've just got a ruling that now, after 90 days, people aren't going to be held in detention. So these are actual ways that we are able to now get people out. And I just want people to know that us complying is good. And there are ways to get you out, and there is due process. And there are attorneys and a lot of people who are supportive to be able to help people in those legal proceedings.
In the last 30 seconds we have with you, Bishop Dixon, how do you make an administration hear you when an administration is not listening to you?
Well, remember the administration said they were going to arrest violent criminals. That's not happening. Mr. Araujo is not a violent criminal, no criminal background whatsoever. Now we just see they've determined they're just going to arrest and deport. That's inhumane. I think we've got to, everyone should be in the streets. There should be every faith leader, black, white, brown, Asian, every denomination crying out, say, listen, let's be moral about this, not just political. And we do believe that an independent investigation, I think, is necessary because if the administration and this brand of law enforcement has its way, it will never police itself.
All right. We want to thank you both for joining us here on The Factor on Central.
I want to do. I'm gonna bring you guys up to speak. 2 minutes, man. I want everybody to speak for 2 minutes and pass the microphone. I'm gonna bring up Big E. I'm gonna bring up Trav the Truth and everybody else. I'm gonna let Big E go first. My dog, Big E, you got it.
What it do, Red? What it do, chat? Man, I'm so sick of this coon babble. You know, our struggle ain't the same as their struggle. These people just don't want to go home. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? But let's be real though. Everything illegal was coming across the southern border. Y'all was working illegally. Y'all was working under fake social security numbers, fake IDs. Y'all was illegally voting. Y'all was illegally getting home loans, everything. Y'all was getting everything you wanted. So don't be sitting up here trying to tell us that you was getting oppressed. You got so comfortable that you felt like you could disrespect the other part of the United States citizens. The actual citizens of this country is black and white. Okay, your people, LULAC, fought to be white. Those people rejected you. Why are you coming to us now? You remember y'all said y'all wanted to use the N-word. You remember all the disrespect. You was going to march heavy against our reparations, yada, yada, yada. And now in the same breath, you want us to come stand with you when you hollering about solidarity. No, y'all are not getting no traction because the people you wanted to be like don't want you here. That's it. It's plain and simple. Y'all can holler civil rights. You don't have none when you're illegal. So let's go ahead and kill that. We all know that. Okay, and the people who asses that y'all wanted to kiss, the people who y'all wanted to disrespect us for, the people who you wanted to assimilate to is rejecting you. And they're rejecting you by law. Like, no, get your ass out of here. Every one of y'all that we catch that's illegal, we're getting rid of you. Okay, and you're still mad at us. I mean, at this point, we don't care no more. We really don't. Y'all picked y'all struggle. You voted for Donald Trump. The man told you everything that he was going to do. It's not our fault that you were stupid enough to do it. I'm glad you did it, though. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm glad you did it. You know what I'm saying? But you still don't have no right to be mad at us. Look, Red, they even mad at Kai Cenat now. Talking about he didn't invite too many Latinos. Okay, well, bro, y'all don't invite black people to none of y'all stuff. Like, I don't get it. Like, why do you feel like you get to, impose yourself on us when y'all don't invite black people to none of your events? You know what I'm saying? Kai Cenat is black. Y'all say y'all don't like black people. So why the hell do you want people that you say y'all don't like to have representation for y'all? Like, that makes no sense. You did everything you could to separate yourselves from black people. Now that Donald Trump said y'all got to go, now you want to attach yourself to black people. And we like, nah, champ, that shit can sell. And I'm going to pass it with that one, Red.
Trav the truth. Shout out to my boy Trav. You got it, man.
Man, what up, man? Salute, Big E. Long time no see, brother. Shoot, salute, Red. Salute everybody. So, I'm gonna piggyback off what the brother just said. At this point, man, I feel like we already know what time it is with the Mexican community, right? So, the way that they engage us and the way that they have engaged us, they've made it clear that our relationship with them is an adversarial relationship. Yes, you have some individual relationships. That's cool. But as a collective, they will mobilize against us, right? So at this point, I think that with brothers like Red and other brothers in the new black media, showing what the actual relationship is with us and these other groups, and not going along with the liberal Democrat narrative. You know what I mean? I think that we're seeing a change. I think as the baby boomers die off, y'all know what I'm talking about. That boat blue, no matter who crowd, the electric sliders, the ones that'll go vote for Hillary Clinton just because she pulled some hot sauce out her purse. I think a lot of that is going to start to fade away. I'm starting to see it. And I think Gen X is waking up, still got some cooning. Gen X is still, you still have some of the remnants of the liberal coons in the Gen X generation. But I think when it comes down to us, millennials, Gen X going forward, we know what time it is with these other groups. And I'm proud of my people. I think we're acting accordingly. Like, and I'm gonna just say this: don't you go out there and support that cause. Don't support those people because those people don't support us. They don't support us, so we don't support them. Don't let this humanitarian talk fool you. Like Big E said, I'm sick and tired of these old coons, these Ben Crump types. And I hate to say it because I'm from the South. I love the South, but we got a lot of that down South, right? We critique these other areas. I want to make this clear to the brothers out in the West Coast and Cali. Like, yeah, we're going to critique you, right? But we're going to critique each other because we are one, right? We're just different brothers spread out in different regions. And the reason why we critique what's going on down South or what's going on in Cali, what's going on in New York, because we got all kind of buffoonery and foolery going on everywhere. None of us are immune to that because we are one community. But we're going to keep each other sharp. Iron sharpens iron, right? We riding with y'all on the West Coast. We're going to call out that foolery. And Lord knows we have a lot of foolery in the South. We like that brother that you just saw talking about this is a humanitarian issue. And it's so much of that down South that is sickening, right? These old church, a lot of them are Southern Baptist coons that cape for the Democratic Party. They cape for the NAACP. And they don't do anything to try to acquire anything for us specifically as foundational Black Americans. So as far as I'm concerned, Red, like if I could, I'll give them the backhand. Don't come to my people trying to get us to join in with these protests. These protests are not in our best interest. For every person that's deported, that's a brother that can get a job a lot more easily than he would than if he had to compete with immigrants, because we already have to compete with each other as Americans in the job market. You know what I mean? So for me, there are no emotions involved in this because I know that these people don't have compassion for us, right? We've seen the hate at every level, at the street level, the corporate level. Look, I ain't even gonna run it. I'm not even gonna run that. We already know what it is. So I'm gonna just say this, man. I'm proud of my people. I think that we're waking up. I think that we making some progress. I don't see as many people caping as what I used to see. But Red, I want to say this. I'm glad that you continue to consistently put out this kind of content, because what you're doing is you're undoing generational misconceptions that we've had for generations. For generations, we thought we had friends, right? It's cool. We all didn't, you know, FBAs, we sharp, but we human beings, right? We they caught us slipping. They pulled one over on us. Now we know what time it is. We know how you really feel about our community. And all we have to do is, we don't have to sabotage anything. That's how powerful being FBA is. All we have to do is take a step back. No more political aid. No more social aid, right? And I'm saying that to all blacks, but in particular to the blacks out there in California. Is like, I don't want to see Jose in no more West Coast rap videos. I don't want to see the Mexican and the lowrider anymore. We tried to put him on. Actually, we did put him on. And in return, they shitted on us. Oh, excuse my French. And in return, they backstabbed us. All right. We backed you up during the Zoot Suit riots. All right. We gave you a style to run with. Right. And you smiled in our face, proud to break bread with the God. And you know, and you got too big for your britches. You got beside yourself. I'm talking to the Mexican community. So now where I'm at is no contact, no conflict. Don't interact, no political support. They'll be deported. Their numbers will dwindle. Their influence will die as long as you stop. Don't invite them to the pop out. All right. Don't invite them to the pop out. Don't invite them to the rap video. You don't have to be mean, but brothers, I want to start seeing black men. When it's time for us to handle our business, we shoot our videos, or we do whatever we do at the political level, whether you in the streets or whether you in the corporate world. We black men need to be going off to the side somewhere quiet to have round table meetings. The women don't have to be there. You know.
Well, Trav, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna bring up 2 cents. I'm gonna let 2 cents land his plane. Then I'm gonna bring Big E back up, and we're gonna pass it around. I want everybody to get a decent amount of airtime, and I'm gonna pass it right back to you. 2 cents, where you got? You got it, brother.
All right, yeah, I'll be real quick with it. Yeah, man, some things I'm understanding. I am in San Antonio. I ain't never seen this many Hispanic people doing it like that. I was kind of confused on what was going on by the ICE thing. Now, don't get it misconstrued. I ain't siding with nothing. I'm not about to be out there picketing with them. They out there. I see them going out there. They downtown and all that mess. But here's one thing I had to understand. Yeah, ICE got to hold his L. I thought the dude was like standing outside. They were standing outside and the dude tried to get away and ran him. No, I seen the story. No, they did wrong on that. They did wrong. They're gonna have to hold that L, and they try to derail this whole ICE operation behind that. But they did do wrong on that one. I don't want to go too much in detail on the actual case. He shouldn't have did that. But one thing I don't want to see happen. I know the guy was over here illegally, but that's like when I see some of my homeboys, man, they got an F on their report card. That don't give you the right to trample all over his rights. Like, you can't just start arresting him because he did something in the past and stuff like that. That guy was over here for 35 years. I was like, damn, he was almost about to get his status, or American status. But still, you don't have the right to do
Hey, can I ask
bad
you
things.
something, bro? Hey, I don't mean to interrupt you, but can I
No, you good.
ask you a question though, bro?
Yes, sir.
Okay, why is it that we always got to come to their aid? Like, what I'm saying is, when tragedy happens to us, bro, go look at the videos and just go look at their comments. Just go read the comments. You don't even have to even pay attention to the video, but just go pay attention to how they feel about us, right? So what I'm saying is, why do they stick microphones in black people's faces about events that has nothing to do? We're not running from ICE. So our opinion shouldn't matter on that. They do not fight for us. Whether it's right or wrong, that's their fight. They already drew the line politically where they stand with black people. Anything about us, they already made it clear they're against it. So whatever ICE did to them, guess what? If he wasn't here illegally, guess what? That might not have happened. Since you was here illegally, nothing trumps the federal laws. So, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter he was here for 30 years or whatever. You mean to tell me in 30 years you couldn't go get your paperwork right? And guess what? If that same dude was black, guess what all of them would be saying? You know what I'm saying? Guess what they were saying against Carmelo? Guess what they were saying against Casey or for Casey Allison? Guess what they say? Every time it's somebody that's black, they go against us. And I don't mean no disrespect, brother, but I think that it be dudes like you that come
No,
on that come cape for them that make
hold
them
on.
feel like they can do that shit. That's not our fucking fight.
No, hold on, Scoot.
Exactly.
Scoot.
Exactly.
Hold on, let me land it. Let me land it. But yeah, Scoot, this is all. Look, don't get it twisted. I'm on King Supreme TV. This ain't a channel that you cape for anybody. And first of all, I can just say I don't care what's going on in Australia. Man, I'm too old for it. I really don't care, but I'm just discussing. I know I can say right and wrong. You ain't no see me down. I just told you I'm not down there marching, bro. Look, I know what I see what you're saying. It'll be different. I create me a podcast and I start to talk. Yeah, they're doing wrong with it. Man, ain't nobody. What I'm saying to you on this channel, this is a safe place to even say anything like that. So you gotta understand. I know I'm behind enemy lines. I ain't going crazy for them dudes. No way. I know
Brother
what
White,
time it is here. I know the temperature here. I know the
brother, you
temperature
sound
here
nervous.
around the world, but I don't care. And Stephen A. Words. Go ahead.
Brother White, this is my thing. I'm
I'm
like,
finished.
I appreciate when you brothers come here, and I appreciate you being willing to have the dialogue. But I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna just speak from the young lions perspective. It's very embarrassing to us when we have like older brothers, like the brother that was just shown in that news clip. When you guys have this very like nervous energy, right? I'm 40 years old now, so I understand that I'm not always going to be the same man that I was when I was a young man, right? But I go out of my way to maintain my edge and my physicality and my ferociousness. I don't want to hurt anyone. I believe in God, right? You know what I mean? I don't want to do harm in the world. But as a man, you need to be formidable until the day you die. I don't care if you're 90 years old in a wheelchair. You better have a taser in your pocket or a pistol on your hip or something, especially as a foundational Black American man. And what we're trying to do here, man, is we love y'all brothers, but the brothers who are like a little bit more docile, the peacemakers, like yourself, the peacemakers, we understand that because you're elderly and you're older, you don't want conflict, you know. And you may very well have a good heart. I believe that you probably do have a good heart, bro. I can hear it in your voice. But sometimes a good heart is not enough. We need brothers who got some warrior in them, right? Who got some warrior in them. And the best thing you could do is let the warriors stand at the front line, at the forefront. And being a warrior is not just a physical thing. We fight. War is more than just physical conflict. War is about the warriors are the men who are willing to say those uncomfortable things. The men who are willing to say those uncomfortable things and have those uncomfortable conversations, those are the warriors. We do it, we say what's real, and we stand there with our arms crossed, like, and what? And what? Because death is inevitable. You will, everyone here on this podcast, you're gonna die. We're all gonna die. All I'm saying is let's die with some dignity and some self-respect, and let's stop being selfish, and let's create a better reality for the generations behind us. I'm a millennial. I want things to be better for Generation X. I'm sorry, for Gen Z. And if Gen Z is worth a damn, they want things to be better for the generation below them, and so on and so on. And that's all we're trying to do. And I'm not trying to come down to you, brother, but we don't get the same benefit of doubt that other people get, especially as Black American men. So we need to do what's correct mathematically with no emotions involved. Mathematically, it's in our best interest that illegal immigrants get deported. My father had four drunk Mexicans hit my father's car. When my father tried to get out the car and get their insurance information, like most Americans do, out of respect, we just had a car wreck. I need your insurance information. They just drove off and left him, right? I get tired of hearing about innocent Black nuclear families being attacked by cowardly Mexican gangbangers, right? And even though I'm way over here on the East Coast, I'm still riding with my brothers on the West Coast. You know what I mean? We are a part of the same nation, just different regions, different accents, different styles. We supposed to embrace that and understand who the real ops are. And I'm gonna land my plane, but I didn't mean to cut in on
Yeah.
you, brother. I was passionate
No,
about
you good, Trav.
it. I
Hey, let me.
appreciate you. Right.
Hey,
I
Trav.
appreciate you. Yes, sir.
Hey, Trav. Trust me. I don't. I know we don't. Everybody don't know each other. I am, bro. I just turned 52, and they ain't gonna make. I'm born in '74. See, I know what's going on, but at this point, you're right. I'm not a wolf. I've been a wolf all my life. My eyes they still squint to this day. So I don't want you to think. See, I never had a Mexican problem. I never had no African problem, and I stayed on the East Coast. Bro, it didn't matter. Only time I saw Mexicans is when they was getting jumped and their money taken on Friday because we knew they carried cash. Now, Africans didn't live in my vicinity. So I'm just an exception to the rule. So I do have to move a little bit careful because my life was different in the dynamics. I didn't even know these people. I ain't never seen a Filipino until I got to Texas. No,
Oh,
I
you from the
apologize.
South? You from the South, brother? Not to cut you off. You from down south?
Yeah. I'm from North Carolina. I'm from Fayetteville. We get it
Hey,
down.
hey,
Yeah.
you my brother. I used to live in North Carolina. I'm from Charleston, South Carolina. I'm a straight Geechee boy, right? But
Yeah.
I lived in Raleigh. I lived in
Yeah.
Asheville, North Carolina. I know about Fayetteville, Vietnam.
Yeah, that's where it is.
Don't know
But
weak
all
people.
I'm
Don't know
saying,
weak people come out of Fayetteville. Fayetteville is a place strong people come out of Fayetteville. But go ahead.
yeah. Only thing about it, man, I'm just saying, I know the younger guy, bro, like where you at right now in your life. Yeah, I was woofing. I'm doing those things, but at the end of the day, I'm still nursing like injuries. I got a broken wrist that's being surgically repaired. I know I can't even punch. I'm not the fighter like that. I ain't over here caping
Brother,
for none of them races,
brother,
bro. Like,
pause for a second. Can I tell
yeah,
you? But
yes,
but
sir.
listen, this is what I want to do. This is what we want to do for you as young men, right? This is what we want to do for you as young men. What you're going through is natural. It's the natural course of life. The strongest of the strongest men are heroes, brothers we look up to. At some point, as a man, your body won't be what it used to be, but
Right.
but you have something more precious. You have a lifetime and not you live through things that I have to Google. You live through things that I have to Google and you experienced it. What we want for you guys to do is to fall back in the cut and give us some advisement, right? But if we want to get the proper advisement, we don't want you talking scary. My job is to make sure that you don't get harmed, right? I'm not around you right now, but if things were in order the way they're supposed to be, even though you're older and you can't throw a punch, you shouldn't have to be able to throw a punch. That's my ideology. Because you should have, even if you're out and about randomly at a gas station and you argue with some young white male, those young brothers are supposed to pay attention and be aware of their surroundings anyway. And if they see an elder like yourself being engaged by an op from another tribe, those brothers are supposed to start making their way over there. I'm not saying they're supposed to jump on him immediately, but just the fact that people can see that you have backup, that'll keep people up off you, brother. Sometimes it doesn't even always have to come down to a fight. And if it does come down to a fight, hey, we're the best fighters of all time, right?
Yeah, but
Hey, Trav, let me chime in a little, Trav. Hey, what's
Yes,
your
sir.
name, brother?
2 cents.
What's your name, champ? All
2
right,
cents.
2 cents. Let me tell you the Cali politics. Why you ain't gonna look at it the way we look at it. Like, let's say on the street, right? You and the Mexicans, y'all cool, y'all chilling, you spend money with them, everything, right? And let's say now y'all both go to jail. That same dude or them same ones you thought you was cool with, they now turn their back on you. They actually go against you. The man that they claiming is oppressing them, that's who they side with in jail. They side with the Aryans. You get what I'm saying? In California, you might know a couple of them personally that's cool, but politically, everything that we do, they're going to vote against it just because. It don't even matter if it helps them out. They're going to vote against it just because. If you think I'm lying, Red is in here. Ask anybody in the chat that's from Cali. If you go to jail with any of them same Mexicans that you talking about, that you caping for ICE, guess what they gonna do to you? They gonna turn their back on you. Matter of fact, they're gonna fight against you with him. This is facts.
Right. Hey,
You
Scoop.
see what I'm saying, bro? I'm not making you let there would have been a bunch of black people that was getting rounded up like that. They wouldn't be saying a word. They would be radio silent, bro.
Hey, E, what do they
So
call
we're
us? They call
talking
us
about political.
Tell them about how they call us mayates. I'm gonna shut up, but tell them about how they call us mayates.
Bro, I'm in
Man,
San
that's what I'm
Antonio.
saying.
I know what's up, bro. Look, see, here's what y'all confusing. The shit ain't put like this. In layman terms,
You
the
gotta act
stuff you
accordingly,
talking
brother.
about
If
is
you say
not.
something, you
It's
gotta act
not even.
accordingly.
It's not even in my algorithm. You know what? I ain't never look. I lived all my life. I never caught that felony on my report card. You know, I know how to move. And look, they not buddies with me. I have no Mexican friends, they're not coming over here sitting in my damn house. They never did over my entire life. Ain't
So you
nobody
have no reason to advocate for them. You have no
they
reason to
ain't in
No,
my.
my question to you, bro. My question, only had one question is why do the media and everybody feel like our opinion is supposed to be the opinion that counts on this issue when this issue has nothing to do with it, bro? We've been fighting LAPD, NYPD, sheriffs, feds, bro. We've been fighting injustice and inhumanity for decades, especially in this country. So for them now to be sticking mics in our face because of what ICE did to them, ain't that black person in this chat worried about ICE?
Now I
What
ain't.
about the Haitians? You mean them same people that when that girl said, "Oh, you a dirty black American"? That's how they feel about us, bro.
I know.
So why do they now want to stick mics in our face and ask us our opinions after they done said all this? What do they think we gonna say?
Yeah, just
And
I know
we
how
the
they
ones that
doing.
got to deal with it. We the ones that got to deal with it. While you like retire, I respect the fact that you live to be 50 something years old. That says a lot as just being a black man in America. It's not easy being a black man in America. But this is the thing: while you chilling, right, or you might be getting your pension or your social security check, or you kind of chilling. Us
Yeah,
young
yeah.
brothers, the younger brothers, I experienced this, right? I own a business now, but I experienced when we at these construction sites trying to find some work. The same young brother that would run up on you and rob you wouldn't run up on you and rob you if he could get the opportunity to work. I'm not making excuses, right? Because accountability is a personal thing, right? But at these temp services, they started favoring Mexican labor, the cheap labor, over the labor of young foundational black American men. Immigration is the most harmful to foundational black American men. You can research that. There are studies that prove that. And then not only that, we also have to deal with the social issues that come with this, right? Not just the economics. Hip hop, right? We didn't have a lot to work with in this country. We are the descendants of people that were held in chattel slavery. We created things, and these things that we created have generated billions and trillions of dollars. Hip hop has generated billions of dollars. Now we have these other groups, not just the Mexican community, these other groups trying to claim things that the black man created and concocted. And if we have any respect and love for each other as black people, black men in particular, we supposed to protect that. Even if I don't like you, you don't like me. When it comes to an outsider trying to claim something that we created, we should all jump up out of our seats ferociously to protect that and gatekeep that, right? And the thing about these people is this: they're very tricky, right? You give them an inch, they'll take a mile. Where we at now, the new program, we program it. I'm telling you, the new program, brother. New program is we give them nothing. They get no political advocacy. You get no feature. You get no feature on any records, right? We don't socialize with you, right? We'll have access to your woman and we'll simultaneously deny you access to ours. No more playing fair with people that don't play fair with us. That's how I'm rocking, you know? So I just want you to understand that the younger brothers are dealing with this in the workplace. Talk to some of these brothers in California that work at these warehouses that have to deal with these Mexicans. Talk to some of these brothers in California that work in construction that have to deal with some of these Mexicans. Talk like, you know, we really going through it out here with them. And it's time to cut that tie because there never was a tie. It's a one-sided relationship where they benefit and we don't. right? And I'm not gonna be the hoe. I'm gonna be the pimp before I play the pimp role before I play the hoe. I'm not gonna let these people pimp me or pimp my people, where they get all the benefit. We do all the labor, all of our sweat equity, and they get the benefit from that. I ain't having that no more. I'm gonna shut up.
Hey, Red, you pulling up this somebody else real quick, or can I chime in right after what he just said?
Go ahead.
Okay, real quick. I'm make sure I'm staying less than 2 real quick. Yeah, see what you saying, bro. You really y'all preaching to the choir. It's frustrating to me because I had to see the shit. Look, I know the baby boomers and what they did and everything. They fought hard to get these damn immigrants over here. We understand what LULAC did. I say, how you gonna talk about some black and brown coalition and you fought to be white? See, you're not. It's hard to trick me now. Because it's hard to do those things. See, I'm in a status. I told my girl the other day, I said, you ever watch the movie Godfather? She said, yeah. I said, think about this. Could the Godfather actually fight and beat up somebody? He out there doing all the dirt. He didn't have to. I would have, look, the people that's underneath me and age-wise, 10, 15, 20 years, they have to go through the gauntlet. They're going to have to go through certain social things that I don't have to necessarily deal with on a day-to-day basis. They got to worry about that fancy car, going to dates and stuff like that, going to places where it's risky. I did that. I just survived it, and I'm just grateful for it. Now, I'm at this point, if you need some help from me and you request it, I'm that type of guy that I ain't giving no unsolicited help to none of these mugs. This right here, only reason why I said something about ICE, because I don't care. It's because the topic was about ICE. Ain't nobody studying no damn ICE. They ain't got nothing to do with me or my family or the people I hang around. But I landed there.
All right, Biggie, who want to go? Anybody?
I'll go.
Right.
If no one else want to go.
I'll say, hey, Red, let me finish. Let me go on the land because I got to go.
For sure. Go ahead.
Hey, you know, big dog, I wasn't trying to come down on you. I'm just saying it sounded like you was caping for them. And I think that's our problem as a whole. Every time, look, when all these groups, you name the group, I don't care what it is. When they doing good, they talk down on us using the exact same white supremacist talking points, right? When they doing bad, who the first people that they come look for? Because we're sympathetic. We're a sympathetic people, but see, we're too sympathetic to our own detriment. You know, we'll watch everybody get ours and be like, you know, we got black people sitting back, oh, well, if it was meant for me to have, then God, boot that fool up out of here. Okay, we tired of that. You know what I'm saying? Like Trav said, bro, the game done shifted. Politically, we didn't evolve. All the information is out there, bro. Politically, we are on our own, so we shouldn't be siding with no group because their interest is your demise, and you know it. All of y'all know it. We're talking about politically, not individual. Politically, we have no friends. They could watch your kids get shot in the back and not have a word to say about it. Not the Democrats, not the Republicans, none of these immigrant groups. The only reason them Asians started making videos because they saw their money going down the drain. They didn't give a damn about Cyrus. You see what I'm saying? We all saw Carmelo get railroaded. You get what I'm saying? Nobody said nothing. Nobody is speaking about that injustice. So when they come sticking their microphones up in our face, everybody need to be telling them, nah, go on and kick rocks. Let them go ahead and deal with the government. Let them go ahead and deal with Trump. They also voted for him. I'm going to land with that. Drink y'all water, eat y'all veggies, stay in that gym, and keep winning.
Hey, salute, Biggie. Salute, man.
Go, whoever want to go. We gonna end this at the 2-hour mark. We got 13 more minutes. So once we hit the 2-hour mark, we gonna stop. So go ahead, cool. Trav. You guys got it. And hold on, let me say, Asil, something is wrong with your audio, man. I wanted to bring you up, but for some reason your audio is not connecting to the show. So fix your audio. We got 13 more minutes. Go ahead, my brother. Trav, you got it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna say this. I still want to say, salute to the brother for being brave enough to to voice his opinion and come on the platform and speak. And I really do like when I see like older brothers and sisters come here and have the conversation with us, because you have a lot of older brothers and sisters that won't engage, right? So I do appreciate that. But at the same time, I want to make this clear. Just because you're older, just because you're an elder, doesn't mean that we're going to take your advisement. We have to screen you. We have to vet you, right? We have everything we need in Black America, but things are just out of order, right? So you have a puzzle, and that puzzle can be completed, but we have to put the pieces together, right? For example, we talk a lot about what's going on with Black women, right? America, the propaganda machine, takes a certain type of Black woman and they give her the microphone. What we trying to do is we trying to take the right kind of Black woman and give her the microphone and push her to the forefront. What we trying to do is take the right kind of Black man, right? Not Westmore, some Caribbean immigrant talking against reparations, masquerading around as a Black man. Not an Anton Daniels cooning talking down his people. We trying to take brothers like myself, brothers like Red, brothers like Tariq Nasheed, and I'm not trying to brag or glorify us in any kind of arrogant manner. What I'm saying is we need a particular type of brothers who are really going to ride for the cause at the forefront. Black women, sisters who are going to ride for the cause at the forefront, not divestors, not bed wenches, not the women that work collaboratively with white supremacy and pretend to be down with brothers. The sisters who are really solid and that can take the heat that would come with being a woman that advocates for her nation, being a woman that advocates for men, the kind of men that aren't going to choke when you put a microphone in front of them and say what they think white people want them to say. We want the kind of men that are going to say what needs to be said. And after you say it, you cross your arms like, and what? And you double down on it, and you triple down on it, and you quadruple down on it. And you know why you do that? Because it's right. You do, but the thing that we have going for us as foundational Black Americans is that we are the good guys. I'm not saying that we're all good people. That doesn't exist in any nation, but we are the good guys. Our whole culture is rooted in civil rights and freedom and liberty. When they talk about America and they say the land of the free, that wasn't the Caucasian man's idea. That was the foundational Black American man's idea. Freedom, the whole idea of freedom, liberty, and the home of the brave. That's us, right? So what we need to do is we need to get the right people in the right positions, because we have what we need. I don't want y'all to think we lacking. Things are just out of order. What you're seeing right now, brother, is we're trying to put things in order. We have media now. I don't have to tune into CNN, right? Because we have platforms like this. CNN is going to go liberal on you. Fox News is going to go hard right wing conservative KKK on you. We need our own platforms, right? This is our media. We need to have our own strategies outside of operating within these institutions, because these institutions have been historically racist. So that's all I'm saying. I'm gonna let someone else chime in and jump in there. I'm passionate about this, but someone else
Go ahead,
go
2
ahead.
cents. We got 10 more minutes. We got 10 more minutes.
I'm gonna
Go ahead, 2 cents.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep it quick and brief. I can see the clock right there. Hey, check this out, man. See, I know just with the wisdom and experience that I have is that I know a lot of Black people in my community. They're very stubborn. Have you ever tried to talk and say something to a Black parent about their child? Yeah, hey man, this, that, and other, whatever. That's an instant fight and argument off the bat. This is what it is. See, I have to look at it, watch people crash out. It's unfortunate. I have to sit there and watch it, because if you get in their way, they're stubborn. Every generation.
We give a lot of pushback. We do.
I know, but every generation have a certain level of stubbornness. I know this is why, like I said, the YNs that people be talking about, they're not even in my algorithm, in my head, physically on this earth. And this is what I'm saying. They're not going to listen to you. That's fine. I just say, so now you want my help after you did something I said don't do or try not to do. I do it my way and this, that. We can see a little bit further, even if you're intelligent. You don't have the wisdom to see far enough. You ain't live, a lot of people didn't even live long enough. I end up being different because even though at my age, I'm a hybrid. I'm younger, look younger, and can still do this and do that better than somebody that's 40. And it is what it is. But guess what? I put my hand under my chin and watch some of the stuff that they do. And sometimes you have to. You got to crash out. Whatever the crash out gonna be, because we crashed out in my generation too. Go ahead.
Well, why crash out when we can be strategic? My thing is like that we can. It's time for us to become more sophisticated and more strategic. A lot of what we can do, brother. What we're doing right now, these tactics work, and you don't have to break a sweat. You don't have to break a sweat at all to go vote against these policies. And even though the other party may not be perfect, I'll say this: if the Democrats were in office right now, the same groups of people that are on TikTok, YouTube, all these platforms complaining that Black Americans aren't helping them or advocating for them, those same people will be making TikToks and videos mocking us. They will be mocking us right now. So this has been going on for generations, right? This has been going on before I was born. It's just more intense. The volume is more heavy now with immigration. So we have what we're doing right now, which is unfair to us, but we have to do it, is we're undoing generational mistakes. The generational misconception that, hey, if they're not white, they're right, they're with us. That's not the case. Not only do we have to be concerned about white supremacists, Caucasians, Anglo-Saxon Caucasians, we have to be concerned about different groups within the Latino diaspora. We have to be concerned about other Black immigrants, Haitians talking real greasy about Black Americans, Jamaicans, and I don't have any hatred towards these people, but the fact of the matter is they have animosity towards us. A lot of them are actually admitted. A lot of them have animosity towards us, and if they level up in this country, especially within governmental institutions, they're already doing it. They're going to push legislation and laws that are not in our best interest. And we can't wait. We're not going to do what the generations before did. We ain't going to do what y'all did. We're not going to wait until.
Hold on, Trav. See,
we're not going to wait until the house is already burnt down.
Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Time running out. I'm gonna throw it right back. Mine's gonna be quick. I ain't gonna go. Look, see, a lot of times people are confusing. I know who is doing the stuff and had the power. It's the generation before me. It's the baby boomers. They're still in office. These jokers will not come up off their seat. Hold on. Let me go real quick. I'm throwing less than a minute. Okay. Look, people are confusing generations. See, I still resent baby boomers for what they did. They are the ones that's in the power, in the seats and stuff like that.
That's true.
They are doing that. They're about to pass. A lot of them are about to pass away. That wasn't us. I promise you.
I'm gonna give you that because I'm gonna give you that. That I will say this: the baby boomers are, you're right. They're a very stubborn generation. Like for example, Joe Biden's a good example. Even though he's white, he's a good example. You see how old he was, but he still wanted that. He still wanted to go for that presidential run, even though his body, even though he was falling apart in front of the world.
Right.
As a millennial, and I'll say this, Gen X too. Right now, Gen X is supposed to be filling those positions. But what I notice about the boomers is the boomers, they're the generation that won't get out the way, especially in Black America. That's the generation that won't get out the way. That's the generation that when you at the cookout, and you say, you know what, Mama, I don't really like Obama. I don't like what Obama said about Black men. I don't like how Obama was against reparations. That's the generation that will raise hell when you say things like that at a Black family gathering. You know what I mean? So I agree with you that 100%. Like,
yeah, definitely. Yeah. See, and here's the thing about it. I knew growing up, even when we changed, I done went through several presidents. Bro, I promise you, it ain't never stopped what I'm doing, how I'm gonna do it, or whatever. Man, so far that I hold pride in the fact that I'm like, I wasn't even voting through all of that shit. So if anything, I'm like, man, it ain't my problem. Y'all voted for him. That type of thing. I'll play that card. But I want people to understand they are holding the Trumps won't go nowhere. The Obama it's the generation, the baby boomers that's holding the positions and making these decisions, and they were able to control families by if you don't do what I do or listen to me, you're gonna be out this money and because they got the property and stuff for the low and it's worth a lot of money. But guess what? The time is about to come. I'm gonna give you that last minute too. The time is about to come. They're about to pass away in about next 5-10 years. They're gonna be or silent. They'll be in hospice or something like that. Bro, that's not Gen X. Yeah, don't. I hate when they put it on us. No, that's them son of a guns. Go ahead.
On a lighter note, I don't blame y'all. Like I noticed that the Gen Xers, y'all quick to make that distinction. Like, hold on, wait a minute now. Like that ain't us. Right. Yeah, that is because and you know, I'm not saying we don't love them. I'm not saying some good people don't come from that generation, but I feel like they were a generation that misled us, and I feel like they I don't know, they just didn't rise to the occasion. We have to undo, and not just me as a millennial, you as a Gen Xer, we have to undo a lot of what they've done, brother. And that's where the anger and the frustration comes from, is because when I was born and I came into the world, a lot of us from my generation feel like we weren't set up properly. We had to compete with immigrants for jobs. We had to deal with not only Caucasian racism, we had to deal with racism from people from the Caribbean, Africans, Latinos from Latin American countries, you know, and that's a lot for us to take on, brother. Like, we are strong people, but we need to be strategic. We don't need to add on more enemies. You understand what I'm saying? We already had a fight that we had to deal with before.
Yeah, y'all it's about to go. He's back.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, this it. Look like it's at the 2 hour, about at the 2 hour mark. I was just gonna say this, and we good. Look, yeah.
Go ahead. Go. I'm gonna push it to the 2 hour 15 mark because I like the conversation y'all having. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what's up. Hey, look, they don't even know they drowning. See, y'all the crack era and this, that, and other. I'm like, bro, y'all have to deal with that, the methamphetamine and fentanyl. That's bro, I'm talking about damn near 3 times worse than what we went through. So you don't even know that you dang on drowning. Yeah, oh man, look how much money we made. We making now. I made more than my daddy or my granddaddy. Yeah, but your money ain't worth the same. Your dollar can't buy what we could buy with our dollar. I say you don't even understand the inflation and how to equate money to what it was. $10,000 in the 70s is way different from $10,000 in 2026. Exactly. And they can't compute that. So I have to look, them lacking the education, it's a parent's problem. And yeah, get on the doggone parents about what they doing and not doing. That's the damn problem. You see them and you see the mama. What you think the kid gonna act like? But go ahead, Bo.
No, you're right, brother. And this is the thing. I think that even though we had some disagreements, I like this is what we want from brothers like yourself. I like that you highlighted that. A lot of the boomers got to experience. They got to experience the American dollar when the American dollar was stronger, especially in the early 90s, right? So yeah, we're making more money, but you're looking at a situation where we got to pay $2,000. I mean, and God forbid you in a city like LA or New York or these bigger cities, but you know, in an average city, we paying $2,000 a month for a 2-bedroom apartment, you know? So what we want the elders to do is you have to consider the circumstances that we're living under right now, you know, because we have to compete. The old heads, right? The OGs, the elders, whatever they want to call themselves, elders, OGs, old heads, whatever. We want you guys to do some things to create some better conditions for us. But at the same time, right, we acknowledge that you guys had to go through a struggle too. You're foundational Black Americans as well. We all, you know, we are one. We all one, whether we like it or not. We are part of the same team. We wearing the same jersey, whether you like it or not. And that's where the frustration comes from, brother. It's like, okay, for example, like the movie Soul Food. Soul Food was a millennial movie, right? A lot of us lived through that. Talk to some of these brothers in Chicago where they had a house in the family for generations. LA too, all over. They had houses in the family for generations. Even though we came out of the struggle, our grandparents dealt with segregation. You had grandparents that had 8th grade, 9th grade educations. Sometimes not even, some of them didn't have an education past elementary school, and they left behind land and property. And just like in the movie Soul Food, right? A lot of those boomers sold the house. These areas that you see being gentrified, a lot of those boomers sold those homes. And that generational wealth didn't get passed down to that next generation, that millennial generation. A lot of those boomers voted Democrat. Most of them voted Democrat. Like as if it were a religion, no matter what, blue, no matter who. In my generation, millennials, we had to deal with the consequences of them voting that way. Because now I'm on a job, not only am I dealing with Brad, because Brad been tweaking, right? We all know Brad. Brad been tweaking, right? He legislated his hate. Now we got to deal with Jose, right? Now we got to deal with Kunta Kinte. And all of these different groups, Africans, Latinos, different Europeans who come here as immigrants, who've only been here for a generation or two. They all have animosity towards foundational Black Americans. And we telling y'all, enough is enough. It's too much pressure. It's too much heat. Not you. I'm talking to the boomers.
Right.
To the boomers. You are literally importing enemies. Right, and we don't have this. It's bad enough that you didn't have the generational wealth for us, but we understand that you were subjected to white supremacy too. We understand that, right? I'm pretty sure you had to fight a lot of battles in your life being a Black man from down south, brother. You know what I'm saying? So we have compassion, we have understanding, but where you can't help us, like where they can't help us where you can help us. Vote the right way. You know what I mean? Don't be so quick to hop on camera and start caping for some illegal immigrants, because one of those illegal immigrants may be the same illegal immigrant to victimize one of our own. Look at these stories. Like a lot of essaying, a lot of scamming. That's another thing too. A lot of scamming with these immigrants. So all we saying to the boomers is, help us in any way that you can. Right. Stop doing things that don't work in our best interest, and stop being selfish. We know that you just want to live a quiet, peaceful life and retire in peace and not have any conflict. But we have to deal with the world. When you leave the world, we have to deal with the world. So, help us out or get out our way. That's it. Nothing in between. No gray in the middle. Help us out or get out the way. That's it.
Yeah, Dre, I was gonna say this. Look,
that's not for you, brother, because you Gen X. You Gen X. I like
yeah. But what I'm saying is that imagine talking to a man and he don't like you or he don't respect you. See, this is what I know we deal with. As an elder man, look, even when I respected the doggone bum. Even if he was a bum, guess what I called him? Hey, Mr. Thompson, it was a respect thing. It's a respect thing that has been broken. Look, once your big mama them leave, ain't a lot of that, all them people, that soul food thing that you talking about, man, it died out. It died out. And look, the respect that you get from they won't listen. I'm not talking till I'm blue in the face to nobody. If you want to listen, that's fine. If you don't, I'm done with you at this point. See, and that's where the disconnect comes in. We're even trying to explain to them something. I promise you, I've never met a 20-something-year-old or early 30-year-old that don't know everything. Tell me I'm lying. The joker know everything. Look, y'all they were trying to turn the United States into damn Jamaica and Nigeria and India. You know how they get down over there. All this scamming. Man, y'all got a thing called scamming culture. That's how you getting bread off of the fraud. Yeah. You just figured out. It's a fraud culture. Yeah, but you understand what I'm saying.
Part of the culture. And the thing is, like, not only do we have to worry about the violence, right? I love what this person said in the comment section about the Uber driver that deleted a woman and tried to blame it on the Black man because he knows how America works. So not only are we dealing with the violence and the economics, right? the scamming. If you in logistics, anyone who knows anything about trucking, as Americans, because we are Americans, right? Trucking is critically important. Logistics is important. I'm telling you, there is so much scamming going on in logistics with these illegal immigrants. They make, but the only reason they can do this is because of the liberal legislation that was passed. Talk to some of these truck drivers in California about what's going on with these immigrants in the trucking industry in California. And not only that, like anyone who ever went to Africa, I know I'm all over the place, but these are all immigrants, whether it be Mexicans, Africans. If you go to Africa, the scamming starts when you get off the plane, brother. As soon as you get off that plane, let the scamming begin. You know what I'm saying? And they bring that over here as well, you know. So I just want people to understand the consequences and how they affect us in real life and reality. I'm saying, and you made a good point. I just wanted to highlight that point. You can go ahead. I'm gonna stop cutting you off. Seriously.
No, man, we perfectly fine, man. This is what I do on a weekend. Like you said, yeah, I'm chilling. So my mind, like I said, my algorithm changed on even things that I do, love, and desire. At this point, yeah, I get mailbox money. So I ain't under the heat. I'm telling you, it's a lot of people, they got to go through what I call the gauntlet. They have to do the making $100,000 and this, that, and other. I don't. So I have to look at their situation. I'm still empathetic and sympathetic to situations, but I promise I'm not caping for nobody but me and my family like that. I don't like sound. It sounds hard and harsh when you say, I don't give a such about he passed away, this, that, and other. I try not to say that because I'm at an age I have to still speak with a certain level of decorum. Like Obama can't talk like I can.
No, what you're saying is right. Like each one teach one, and like even if you're not involved politically, if you're a black man and you protect your family like a warrior, as long as you ain't on these public platforms cooning and buffooning,
right,
and you support what's in our best interest, you don't have to put the cape on and come out here or whatever like that. All we saying is don't come out here and say anything stupid that's going to hurt our agenda. Don't say anything that's going to stop us, that could hinder us from getting reparations. Don't even say anything that could slow down the process of us getting it, because we're going to get it. We're going to get it. Don't say anything.
I'm glad you said that.
Don't say, hold on, I'm not done yet. Don't say anything. Don't advocate for things that are against us. If you taking care of your family and you loving your family and you protecting your family and you guiding them the right way, brother, that's half the battle right there. That is the battle. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate. I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
Right. Because if every individual black man does that, we become stronger as a unit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't knock that. You can't. And it doesn't mean you're a bad person. You can't come out here and put your cape on and save the world, but you can contribute to making the world a better place. You know what I'm saying? Not to be too sentimental, but you really can. Yeah, you, especially as a black man, you have more power than you even understand. You know, and if y'all take anything away from what Trav said on this podcast, I want every brother to know that, and sister, you have more power than you realize. You know, you have more influence than what you realize. We don't know our power. You know, but go ahead.
Yeah. Fortunate for me, I've always knew my power and what it is. And like I said, I don't be on. Look, I'm in the age of I knew about. I watched Tariq grow up. I remember when Tommy and all these guys, all of them when they was in it. To put a reference to it, if we was in school, Tariq Nasheed would have been a damn a sophomore. I would have been I'm the senior. And don't confuse your age with wisdom. I've been doing this thing and kicking it. Some people, I'm not in the limelight. Put it like this. I ain't got no Asian channels. I ain't got no clear people channels. I ain't got no Mexican channels that I go to. So it's like, what support? I'm like, what do you mean support? Ain't nobody supporting that mess like that. I got some black folks and stuff that I talk to on the internet, but they might be talking about a subject that involves other races. Normally, that's what gets it going. You know, but at the end of the day, I know what I do. I know what I do. But go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, you know, even from the micro level to the macro level, support is support. Like, if you got your algorithm set up to where The only channels you subscribe to and thumbs up are channels that promote what's in the best interest of foundational Black Americans. Numbers matter. Look at the last election, right? People used to talk down on these platforms, like my brother Red's platform, and brothers like Professor Black, Truth, Tariq Nasheed, even other smaller platforms. I like that young lion out there from the Gentleman's Den. Love that brother, man. Like, I'd love to get him on this panel. Like, he got that warrior energy. But a lot of people clowned us for having these platforms. But it wasn't funny last election, right? If you notice, Black men tipped the scales in that last election, because even though Black men supported the Democratic Party more than any other, and I'm embarrassed to say more than any other group of men, they noticed a significant shift. You know where that shift came from? That shift came from brothers watching these platforms, and we had to stop and we had to do some analytics. We said, wait a minute. These people are not advocates. These people are not allies. And we thought about it and we said, you know what? These people are actually enemies. These people are adversarial towards us. Right. And that small population of Black men went to the booth and they said, nope, F your immigration, F your immigration, F your coalitions.
But we know who blew up the other communities.
And now, what do you see? ICE is deporting immigrants, right? That's our power. They're being deported. Brother, did you see that video of that brother that put up a video and he was thanking Donald Trump? I'm not and this ain't a Donald Trump thing, right? I'm just talking about I like his immigration policies. That's it. The brother was thanking a young Black man was thanking Donald Trump because he went to a construction site that he's been going to for a while, and he finally got employed and he got some work. That brother can feed his family. That brother can rent out an apartment. And I'm pretty sure, he may not be making a whole lot of money. I don't know, but he's in a better situation than what he would have been if Kamala Harris would have gotten office, right? The liberals been running, you know what I'm saying, they've been hitting this lick for a while now. It's over. They ain't hitting this lick no more, right? They won't get any more of our support and our sweat equity for us to get nothing in return. We support them and they make life harder for us. That math ain't mathing. That math ain't mathing. We support them and they make life more difficult for us. We got to get the math straight. And that's what we're doing. These platforms matter. I'm saying these platforms do matter. And brothers like you who subscribe and support it, you matter. And I want you to spread that message. Like, don't think that you don't matter, because it's a numbers game. And we appreciate support.
Yeah, I would like to say this to Red. I know we at the 2:15 mark, and I'll close with this if you don't mind, if we got enough time, just to close.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna let you speak, then I'm gonna let Trav land, and I'm gonna close it. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, okay. Like, just to give you a little snapshot on what it is. See, some people they lost their decorum and respect for things and other people. I know it's a lot of people that just color outside the line. I just have to know and realize that. And it's okay. It's okay to blur the line a little every now and then. See, I'm a guy that I know I'm different. You're talking to a guy that went to school from kindergarten to 12 to graduated. I never missed a day of school. I know I'm different than most people. You talking about a guy that jumping 7 foot in high school and didn't want to do nothing else. I went and joined the military. So I'm a little different. So I had to watch how I talk and say different things. I'm an anecdotal guy. I've never been called the N-word by any white person that I live in the site. He ain't never called me that or said it to my face. Only time that I ever got called the N-word, and it wasn't the N-word. I worked in a hospital, and it was a guy that was there. He was crazy out of his mind. He called me a mayate. I didn't know what it meant. I asked one of my people, and they were laughing. I said, what that mean? Because he was standing behind me. He was like, hey, man, what are you doing? He said that to him. I never even knew that. I lived a different life. There's a lot of things that I didn't go through. So excuse me for my anecdotal experiences when I input. I definitely want to support the younger generations. I know who bigged up the agents and flooded them while they staying here and got rich and all this. I know who patronized them big time like that. The other generations did. We didn't. We frequent their stores. Everybody had place where you get urban gear back in the day from the Chinese spot. Yeah, it was that going on, but we didn't blow them up like y'all did at the end of the day. But like I said, I'm grateful for still being here on this earth. All that stuff people talking about, you could be a billionaire right now. It don't matter. You might not have lived to be tomorrow and never even reach my age. And I landed right there. I appreciate you, Red and Trav. Hey man, we got to do this again another time, man. I appreciate y'all. But drop down.
Absolutely, man. I'm always open to it, and I appreciate even if we don't agree on everything, I appreciate when y'all older brothers from, you know, and not to say like you that much older. I know you Gen X, but I appreciate when you guys come on the platform and you chime in. It makes good dialogue, it makes good content, and more importantly, it helps bring awareness. So, all right, you want me to land this plane, Red? You want me to land this plane, Red?
Yeah, you got it, brother. Go ahead and land your plane.
Okay, for sure, for sure. All right, I'm gonna say this, man. Continue to delineate. Right now, we're actually seeing tangible benefits, something we can touch, something we can quantify because of this delineation. Okay, so what are the tangible benefits? More jobs are opening up, right? Less disrespect. Now, because this is new to these buffer groups, when I say buffer groups, all these other immigrant groups, all these non-foundational Black American groups, it's not going to happen overnight. They're going to act out because these people are used to riding our wave. They're used to us caping for them. They're used to piggybacking on the backs of foundational Black Americans. We fight the fight. They hide in the cut. We fight the fight. And then when it's time to reap benefits, the Democrats issue out all the benefits and all the money, all the tangible benefits to all these other groups. We ain't doing that no more. That's done. That's finished. Right? All right. So I want to say this. Even though at this point we know what kind of relationship we have with the Mexican community in particular, and these other groups. Right now we're talking about the Mexican community. Because we know what time it is, we know where we stand with them. There should be no more mercy. You can have compassion, right? I actually do have compassion for that man that was killed and his family, right? I'm not saying that I co-sign that, but what I'm saying is the most important thing to me, and what should be the most important thing to all of you as foundational Black Americans, is our best interests. I put nothing above the best interests of foundational Black Americans, right? And those are the men that I want to see come to the forefront. Where are those foundational Black American men? Come to the forefront. Those are the ones that need to be leading the charge, right? So at the end of the day, Red, I want to say this. Continue to put out this content, even if people drill you and they say, oh man, Red, you're always talking about the Mexicans. You always listen, a lot of our people are still not aware. Obviously. So Red, you're doing it, you fighting a good fight. You're doing the right thing, brother. Continue to make this content, because the more you make this content, the more awareness you bring. The more awareness you bring. And this will literally improve the quality of our lives when we start to vote correctly, right? When we start to vote correctly, when we start to move strategically. And we got to get all our politics straight. We're not just talking about our political governmental politics. I'm talking about our street politics too. Everyone is included. I don't care if you thugging somewhere on a blood block in Compton, or if you somewhere in Los Angeles and you in a skyscraper conducting corporate business. We got to get this thing in alignment at every level, right? From City Hall to them Compton blocks, right? Everywhere, East Coast, West Coast. We got to get it together. And I'll say this on a good note. I think I do see a change taking place, but I want you brothers to continue to put out this content, continue to have these conversations, and not only just on the internet. At some point, you know, we're going to start mobilizing in person, and we already are. But I'm talking about this particular group of people here. Yeah. We've had these conversations, you know, and in due time, you know, we'll mobilize and we'll put some things together. But what we're doing right now is effective, and I want y'all to know that. And on that note, y'all know how I'm rocking. Foot on neck. Continue to delineate, subscribe, hit that subscribe button. Don't leave here without hitting that subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up, and continue to support real game. All right. And on that note, I land my plane, Reg. Salute to you.
Shout out to my boy Trad the Truth for coming through with the truth. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lions Dollars for the 10. Shout out to Desmond Hill for the 10. And shout out to my man Quincy for hitting us with a 30. I appreciate you. Asil, man, I got you up now, man. Your audio's connected. You got the flow, my brother.
Hey, can you hear me?
I got, yeah. Go ahead. You got it. You got the flow. Asil, you got it, bro. You connected now. I don't know. You might have to unmute yourself or something, but you got it. I don't know what's going on with Asil 95, but listen, I don't know what's going on with his audio, but listen, man, I need everybody to support these shows. You know, we got to get back in the algorithm, and that's just is what it is. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. It's King Supreme. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. Make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel because YouTube ain't recommending the videos no more. You know, my channel always goes through this. You know, we'll go back up to 700-800 live viewers. It'll go back down to 100 and 200. My channel was all over the place, man. It's up, down, it's in between, everything, man. So anyway, we're going to continue to push forward. King Supreme, subscribe to the channel, and make sure that you guys hype my videos to get us back in the algorithm the way that we should be. Make sure that you do so. I'm signing out. King, I'm gone.